Welcome back to Sunday League Football, and with our season complete, there was one last game that we had some interest in. It was all going down in Stamford Town today. Oh dear. Along with me to watch the game was Connor and Luke, Tomo and his little one, and shortly after Too Good joined us as well. So it was East Tilbury and Linford in the blue and Stamford in their home orange kit. We never actually see them in orange purely because we play in orange as well, and we've only ever played them at home, which means they have to change. And of course it was another double-header match, and it was Stamford Town that rode out 5-0 winners to continue their unbeaten run. This meant that East Tilbury and Linford had to win their second game and find 12 goals to pinch that second spot from us. And I actually regret not bringing the camera along because there were some fantastic goals in that second game, and it was actually East Tilbury and Linford that beat Stamford Town. They ended their unbeaten run, which was fantastic for them. Despite going 2-0 down, they came back to win 4-3, which of course means that we finish in second place on goal difference. And here is that table now, and it's Stamford Town, as we know, that were crowned champions last week. They did lose that last game against East Tilbury, which pushed them into third, but it wasn't enough to take second from us. Thurrock All Stars last week dropped from second to third, and now they've dropped from third to fourth after East Tilbury's win today. And that pretty much shows you how tight it was in the end. 48 points between second, third and fourth, but all separated on goal difference. And there's still a few games to be played, but it's not going to affect the outcome of that top four there. That is how it finishes. So whilst we're looking at tables and numbers and stuff, let's bring up some stats for us for the season. We're going to look at the top 5 assists and goal scorers, starting with assists. And in 5th place with 5 assists is Kev. Joining him in 5th place also with 5 assists is Luke. And despite not playing as many games, it's also Connor that manages to get 5 assists also. In 4th place and better in that lot by 1 with 6 assists, it's our captain Jamie. In 3rd place with a total of 7 assists, it's Nick. In 2nd place with a total of 9 assists, it's that man Too Good. And finally, leading the way with 12 assists, and I quote, "If Nick could score, I would be on about 30. He's none other than the man himself, the beast, the tank, it's Knowlesy. And just like saying any word a lot in a short period of time, I no longer know what assists means. Assists, assists, assists. Let's talk about goals. Goals, goals. Add into his 5 assists in 5th place, it's Kev with 7 goals. Jumping into 4th place to add to his 5 assists for the season with 8 goals, it's the boy wonder Connor. Ahead of him on double figures with 11 goals, it's Luke. Great strike. Joining Luke on 11 goals, also sitting in 3rd, is captain Jamie. And then joining those two on 11 goals as well is Mr. Jason Too Good. Heading up to 2nd now, and I feel like I'm doing the countdown for top of the pops way back when, but on 13 goals, it's that man Knowlesy. And finally in 1st place with a total of 17 goals, grabbing the golden boot, shoe, slipper, sock, whatever you want to call it, for the 2nd time year running, it's none other than Nick. Well done, that man. But what you got to remember, people, is there's no I in team. However, if you mix up the letters, you can spell meat, and there is an I in meat pie. So we might have to question that one. But coming up over the next couple of weeks, we've got a goal montage where you're going to pick the goal of the season for Palmer's FC. We're also going to take a trip down memory lane and look back at some of the best bits of this season. And then there's a couple more videos after that you can get involved in if you should so wish. So that's it for this one. 2nd place confirmed. All in all, good season. We'll see you in the next one. Now, we don't really tend to score free kicks as Luke and Keneal stand over this one, and we don't practice them either because we don't do training. So let's see how this one pans out as the ref lines up the wall. Cue unnecessary air horn.